Hi,
Welcome.
thank you. Welcome to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who's tending that fire? That fire is amazing.
It is amazing.
Beautiful. Carol.
So that's Craig Johnson and Carol Adams, along with Rise the dog, whom you may see walking by periodically.
When you do
Fire will be part of our event this evening.
Yes.
Good evening and welcome to the New Thought Philadelphia Winter Solstice Celebration. My name is Breen Rourke. I am president of the Board of Trustees of New Thought Philadelphia and a practitioner, RSCP, for New Thought Philadelphia. And on behalf of the board and everyone at New Thought Philadelphia, I want to welcome you to our Winter Solstice celebration on Zoom. New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. Whatever path you've been on, whatever brought you here today, wherever you're going next, we've been expecting you, we love you, and welcome. We believe there is one power, love, intelligence, or force that creates everything, including each of us. And then we each use that same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our life according to our beliefs, or as we like to say at New Thought Philadelphia, our new life begins with a new thought. This evening, as we gather at the beginning of the longest night of the year to rejoice in the return of the light, we have celebrants and participants from all over the country and possibly even from all over the world, because we've got some friends in Portugal who may be joining us. We've all come together to make this evening magical. If possible, please have a candle or a lighter on hand for our candle lighting ceremony a little bit further into the evening, and darken your room so to add to the ambiance. New Thought Philadelphia hosts, now let me start that one again. New Thought Philadelphia hosts a weekly celebration every Sunday morning with meditation, prayer, an inspirational talk, and live original music. We also have daily meditations and run classes in New Thought Ancient Wisdom. Information is on our website at newthoughtphilly.org, where you can sign up for our weekly e-newsletter, and there'll be a link for that in our chat. So thank you, Sarah, for that. For our Zoom activity this evening, please leave your microphone muted and your video on if practical, so we can connect together in community. And please silence any unneeded electronics as we turn our attention inward. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the amazing, world-renowned Amy Steinberg, zooming all the way from Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, happy solstice, everyone. What a blessing and honor to be with you. We're going to start with a chant that everybody can sing. You may have heard it. And it's very easy, and we're just going to welcome the light by singing, I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, yes I shine, and I shine so bright, and I shine, yes I shine, and I shine so bright. Okay, now you got to join me this time. You can stay muted so it doesn't become, crazy, but sing with me singing, I am a light. Here we go. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. Once more. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world, and I shine, yes I shine, and I shine so bright, and I shine. and yes, I shine, and I shine so bright. And now turn to someone that you're with and sing, "You are a light." And if you are alone, you can sing it to your inner child, or you can sing it to your pet, or you can just sing it to everybody here. You are a light. Let's sing it. You are a light. You are a light. You are a light in this world. You are a light. You are a light. You are a light in this world. And you shine. And you shine. Yes, you shine. And you shine so bright. And you shine. Yes, you shine. And you shine so bright. One of the benefits of doing something like this on Zoom is we can't hear you. So if you're off key, it doesn't even matter. And singing triggers your parasympathetic nervous system. So sing with me, "We are a light." This will be the last one, okay? Here we go. We are a light. We are a light. We are a light in this world. Sing it out. We are a light, yes. We are a light. We are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine. Yes, we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, yes, we shine, and we shine so bright.
Zoom applause without the sound on. Thank you so much, Amy Steinberg. What an absolute blasty blast it is to have you here. And there are only a few things that are good about 2020 and a pandemic. And one is we get you and Jean Sweet and Missy Higginbotham and Lynn Francis and all those people, the Alberts, all in the same Zoom room together, which we could do, but it would be an undertaking. So this evening, we begin everything with a practical prayer. And doing our invocation this morning is Joe Catanzaro, RSCP, also on the board of trustees at New Thought Philadelphia. Joe?
Hello, everyone. Take a deep breath and settle into the specialness of tonight. We gather this evening to celebrate the winter solstice, the longest night, the shortest day, celebrating the return of the light. We gather to acknowledge and celebrate the one power and presence, the creative spirit, mind, love, intelligence, that eons ago in that primordial darkness and stillness released the light and the word. And that same love and intelligence works still through us, in us, and as us. Within that stillness and darkness, there was then, there is now, and there always will be love. All life was born in darkness, like seeds germinating in the soil. Darkness offers rest, repose, introspection, quietude, the mysterious time before creation or recreation, before renewal. In that magic of the darkness, may we find that rest, guidance, inspiration to light our way as the light returns. As this new cycle of the sun, of the year begins, may we be blessed not only with the light within us, but may we become that light. May we be blessed with that love that is within us. But more than that, may we become that love. So I gratefully accept these blessings, the blessings of both darkness and light. I gratefully accept all of this good for each one here. May we move forward in light and love, being that light and that love. I claim this good. I accept it. I know that it is so. And I release my word to the law and to the love that from the beginning of time and always will, as it did back then at the very beginning. Say yes, and so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Joe. By the way, I'm Reverend Bill Marcioni, a co-founder of New Thought Philadelphia. One of the things that people who visit New Thought Philadelphia remark on is every Sunday we do a ritual, the Flames of Faith, where we honor the consciousness and the presence of 9 different spiritual and religious traditions. Tonight we get to play a, I don't know, 16-year-old game of telephone because we have been modifying and tweaking it just a little bit. I originally heard it at the Center for Spiritual Living in Columbia, Maryland. The senior minister there at that point was my friend and mentor, Sally Robbins. And she had gotten it from her friend, Jean Sweet, who wrote it in 2004. Well, Jean Sweet is with us tonight from Helena, Montana, and she is going to read the original 2004 version of the Flames of Faith. So those of you who have been listening every week for the last 10 years can say, oh, that's very interesting. Jean Sweet. Where's my light? There it is.
Such an honor to be invited to do this with my beloved friend Bill and Reverend Dave, all of you. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call God or Spirit. And fundamental to this truth is what we believe to be the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here this evening. We light our first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light our next candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of indigenous peoples everywhere, the way of primal spirituality. We light our third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light our next candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical practice of living by sacred law. We light our fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light our sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light our next candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light our next candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. And we light our final candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And as Reverend Bill lights the healing candle, please put silently into that flame the names of anyone that you wish to experience the healing flame of God's eternal love.
Blessed be. Every religion and spiritual practice has a celebration of light. And if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, because if we didn't know better and we were just watching the weather getting colder and colder and colder, and the day is getting shorter and shorter and shorter and darker, and you were to project that out as good scientists do, you might think we're doomed. So what we get to do at the solstice celebration is we get to acknowledge that, in fact, we are not doomed. We, in fact, have the opportunity to let that light shine through us and as us and in us. And every religion does that in a different way. And what we're going to celebrate this evening is the richness that we saw in the flames of faith, and get into some of the detail on the stories of the way that that bright light shines. To start us off, we have a story, as I say, from the Y fireside. The Wissahickon Creek runs from the outskirts of Philadelphia through into the city. And aside the Wissahickon Creek, there's a mansion that used to be the headquarters of the grist mill. That was one of the sources of great prosperity in the area. At the solstice, winter and summer, and also the equinoxes, my friend, our friend, Craig Johnson and Carol Adams, who live as caretakers in that Livesey mansion right next to the creek, have a celebration of the solstice. And we can't join them this year, but Craig and Carol are fireside, beaming to us from the Wissahickon. As you can see, they've got the fire going, and they're going to share with us for a few minutes.
Welcome to our campfire. We're about 100 feet from the Wissahickon Creek. The sun is setting. We can see a half moon behind us in the south. And we know that Saturn and Jupiter are dancing together right now. We want to acknowledge the Lenni Lenape, who lived in this sacred ground for 12,000 years before the Europeans came. They lived here right by the Wissahickon, where we are. They lived with the land, they lived with the water, they lived with all creation in this sacred spot. And we share this sacred spot with you all tonight. Come, be by the campfire with us in spirit. This is holy ground. This is holy ground all around. We want to welcome all creation, all the love in the love of the web of life. All the ones with gills and scales, all the ones with wings, all the ones with legs, all the ones without legs, all the small ones and the big ones, all of creation are welcome. And welcome you. And we take just a moment, just a pause, if you would. Welcome who you would like to be with you by this campfire, outdoors, by the Wissahickon, tonight, the night of the winter solstice. Take a moment now.
Ancient Language by Hannah Stephenson. If you stand at the edge of the forest and stare into it, every tree at the edge will blow a little extra oxygen toward you. It has been proven. Leaves have admitted it. The pines I have known have been especially candid. One said that all breath in this world is roped together. That breathing is the most ancient language. That breathing is the most ancient language. Uh-huh.
one step from ancient wisdom to new thought. Old time religion is a box I do not fit in. I am metaphysical, I am transcendent. Change a situation by changing your mind. Raise the vibration by knowing you are divine. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. I surrender to the presence of God in me. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. I am practicing the presence of the goddess in me. Oh. What do you believe? You've got to know your truth. Pure potential possibility, that is you. When you stand in opposition, you perpetuate the thing. What you resist persists, so let love be what you bring. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. I surrender to the presence of God in me. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. I am practicing the presence of the goddess in oh, make a mental path, one step, just do. Surrender to the presence of the God in you. Make a mental path, one step, just do. Surrender to the presence of the goddess in you. Yeah, the goddess in you. Follow your intuition and the passion that you got. Be pulled by your vision, don't get pushed by your thoughts. Everything experienced is energetic, so be aware of energy you give and you get it. Out of the routine, slip into observer state. Change your mind by changing habits, choose a different way. Just say yes to your highest and your best, cause what you desire, you could straight up manifest. Can I get some spirit fingers on that? Come on. What you desire, you can manifest. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. I surrender to the presence of God in me. Make a mental path, one step, repeat. I'm practicing the presence of the goddess. Oh, make a mental path, one step, just do. Surrender to the presence of the God in you. Make a mental path, one step, just you. Oh, I'm practicing the goddess in you. One step, one step, one step, yeah. Oh, do not be afraid of the power in you, yeah. One step, one step, one step.
Thank you so much, Amy Steinberg. Oh, absolutely awesome. So delight. I love that. That was the first song I ever heard you sing. Blew my socks off. They're still off. The Solstice celebration it's not a manufactured holiday. There's actually a thing going on where the Earth has reached the farthest tilt it's going to get, and it starts tilting back. And we celebrate that. The equinox is where we have that perfect balance between day and night, and we celebrate that. That's how we celebrate in New Thought. We don't have to make stuff up. It just happens. Tonight we have an extra blessing. It's a thing called the Christmas star. Every once in a while, the planets of Jupiter and Saturn align in the night sky, and it gets to be a double bright star. And it's called the Christmas star. And every once in a while, that happens in December when it's dark enough that you can see it. It's just over the southwest horizon right now, so you can actually see it at this particular time if you want to bundle up and go outside. The last time it happened was 800 years ago. And it's happening again in 2020. And it's tonight, it's right now, is the closest conjunction that they're going to have. So we get to celebrate stuff like that. It's things that are actually happening in the world around us. We don't have to make them happen. We get to notice that they're happening and celebrate them and rejoice in them. The story of Christmas and Jesus in the manger is familiar to most people, and the holiday decorations and buying presents and things like that are also familiar to us. We're going to hear a different version of the story of Christmas and the Christ light. This was not typecast. Jesus was chosen to do this because of his background and expertise, not just because he had the right name. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesus Baez.
Thank you, Rev. I just want to give a quick shout out to our founders of New Thought, Reverend Bill and Reverend Dave, for letting the divine mind work through them to create this channel, this instrument of knowing and awareness. And it's a great joy to be part of this community and everyone here joining us. And I also was thinking in meditation last night, and Dr. Jean came to mind when she made her transition. That's Reverend Dave's mom. And I remember her welcoming to New Thought, and she made me feel like God. She was a great greeter, and she left her spirit with each one of us, the way we greet each other and show that unity and that love. So I just wanted to say that. And today's theme is Christmas. And two words that I'm gonna speak about is the light and the gift. When we're talking about the story in Matthew and Luke, we got one gospel, but four authors: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Matthew's writing to the Jewish, presenting the Christ like a king. And when I say these words, I want you to take these and embrace it like you are that king, you are that queen. And Mark, writing to the Romans, presenting him like a conqueror. We are more than conquerors through Christ consciousness. And Luke, writing to the Greek, presenting the Christ like the perfect man. And one of the writers say, beloved, now we are the sons and daughters of God. And it does not yet appear what we should be, but when he appear, we should be like him, because we should see him. He's talking about that perfect man, perfect woman, perfect being, perfect God in us. Perfection in the divine mind of God. Maybe you're saying you're not perfect, but until we see that light and getting more to that Christ consciousness, we see each other like that perfection, like we are in the beginning in the mind of God. God sees us as perfect. So what God says, that's what it is. And John, writing to the church, like the word became flesh and dwelt upon man, and we saw his glory. We behold that glory like the begotten. I want you to take that also, person, and embrace that light that just came in that tree. When he said he is the light of the world. And not only that, he said, you are the light of the world. It's like consciousness knowing consciousness, God knowing himself through each one of us, because we are individual incarnation of the divine mind. So when we are like that, we go into a higher place. And just like Christ, whatever Christ is, we are. He said, these things that I do, you should also do them, and even greater things. So when we start knowing who we really are with God, with the Spirit, then we should be like him, because we should see him like it is. So we are speaking about light and gift. The gift we give should be gifts of inspiration, and the gifts are like a practical prayer. They positive, powerful, present, and personal, and they have a purpose, a recognition, and unification, and realization, and a gratitude and thanksgiving, and a release. And we are expecting a demonstration in that what we put forth, because heaven and earth shall pass away, but our word will not pass away. Whatever we say, that's what is going to happen. That's why we speak with a holy language. And when we come into that knowing of discernment of who we really are in Christ, because Christ also went through a practice. He just didn't got this, didn't wake up and everything was going good and dandy. He went through a practice of centering, meditation, contemplation, and visioning. When we say centering, it's going within, going in the core, going in the secret places of the Most Highest, abiding by the shadow of the Almighty. And when we say meditating, we're expanding that awareness, going to the higher consciousness of where we need to be. That's why we in the world, but we not of the world. We not of the world of opinions, belief, superstitions, and paradigms. Our world is a world of love. That's what Christ brought to the world. All is love. Love the God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. So our world is joy, happiness, peace, abundance, creativity, all that goodness that God brings with us. And in this day, if you don't have no material to give somebody, because the pandemic, because your job or whatever it is, you got yourself, because you come from eternity with a bag of gifts. You don't come to get from the world, you come to give to the world of yourself, of that smile, of that power, of that joy, who you really are. So when I give gifts, not that I'm lazy, but I don't go to stores and shop. I buy a card or write something to inspire those around me, because my language that I'm speaking now is the language that I always speak every day. Somebody I was speaking to in the conversation came to me and told me, you're not going to convince me. I say, that's far from what I want to do. I don't want to convince nobody. That this teaching is not about convincing or arguing. The truth doesn't argue. This teaching is about knowing and realization. I believe that my time is up, but today I was taking a bath. My sister called me and said, "You taking a bath, Jesus?" Yeah, I was taking a bath. But when I went underwater and when I came out, I heard a loud voice that say, "My begotten son, Jesus, take this personally too, in whom I am well pleased." Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Jesus. And the light shine. And of course, as we know, Jesus was a nice Jewish boy. And there's a festival of light that comes from Judaism. And one of my friends who was practicing Judaism said, it's not that big of a holiday. And what it comes right down to is Christmas is more Mary's holiday than Jesus' holiday. His is Easter, because everybody gets born, but Jesus, he had a different thing. But just some perspective on that. Sandy is going to share the story of Hanukkah with us.
Hi, everybody. It's been quite a while since I practiced Judaism. I was brought up Jewish. And when I had the opportunity to speak about Hanukkah tonight, I feel like I'm doing that for my grandmoms, my grandpops, my mom, and my dad. There's so much about family that I learned and benefited from being brought up Jewish. And I want to honor that tonight. And we're going to talk about the Hanukkah story. Hanukkah is known as the Festival of Lights. It's the story of how, after many long years of being oppressed, made to worship Greek gods and renounce their one God, and having their sacred temple taken from them, the Jewish people stood up to their oppressors, gained their freedom, and recaptured their temple. To celebrate and rededicate the temple to their one God, the people lit the sacred eternal flame. There was only 1 day's worth of oil. The miracle that occurred was that the 1 day's oil lasted for 8 days, enough time to find plenty of oil and bring it back to keep the eternal flame burning. Every year, Hanukkah is celebrated by Jews around the world with special foods, always food, gifts, and most importantly, the lighting of the candles on the Hanukkah menorah. The 8 days the oil lasted are represented by 8 candles. And there's always one more candle. This 9th candle is called the shamus. This is the candle that brings the light to the other candles. It's also called the servant candle and reminds us of our opportunity and our responsibility to bring light to others. Let Hanukkah be a blessing as it reminds us of the abundance of light and of our part in bringing that light to our world. And Dina and I together are going to do the Barucha, and anybody who wants to join in with us can do that. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvah tav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Hanukkah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. There's also a celebration in Hinduism, Diwali, and our good friend Pankaj Sharma is going to share some of the meanings of Diwali with us today.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Happy Solstice. About 16 years ago, I went through the whole Ramayana DVD series. It's like 20 some DVDs, and I was binge watching them. Like people do nowadays. They get a show and just binge watch them. And the story of Diwali or Deepavali comes from the Ramayana. And in the Ramayana, there's the main character Ram, who's an avatar, divine embodiment of, and it's his journey growing up in his life. And there's one point of the story where he's banished for 14 years to live. He's like the king's son, so he's kind of like next in line for the kingdom. And the king had a bunch of wives, like 4 or 5 wives. I don't remember exactly how many. And one of the wives wanted her son to be the favored child to become the king. And so out of her jealousy, she kind of tricked her husband into giving her a vardhan, granting her a wish. And that wish became to send Ram away. And it was really heart-stricken for the king, Dasharatha, to send Ram away. And Ram accepted the whole thing very gracefully of leaving the kingdom for 14 years and living off of, and they had to live like, they had to sleep on the ground, they had to live off the land, and they weren't, I don't think they ate any cooked food, and they lived a very humble, meager existence. And so after the 14 years, they returned. But prior to returning, like there was this whole thing of him and this battle between him and Ravana. And Ravana, or Ravan, as we say in India, represents the ego. And Ram represents the heart and divine wisdom. And even if you say the sound Ram, the mantra Ram, it reverberates in the heart center, in the Hridayam, in the center of your chest. And so Deepavali or Diwali, as we say it, is, so let me just finish the story. So after the 14 years was up, he defeated Ravan. And then it was 14 years were up. So he's returning back to the town of Ayodhya, the kingdom, where the kingdom was. They had their kingdom. And on that night, obviously this is before there was electricity. On that night, the town was lit up with lights, and people lit up the diyas, the little like clay pots with the oil in it, and you light the flame. So it's like a candle of those days and times, still used in pujas today. Is the deepa. And so the whole city was lined with deepas, and that represented him coming back home. And so the Diwali is like our Christmas. It's like the highlight of the year. It's where many of the businesses will, they'll do ceremonies over their business to usher in prosperity and blessings for the coming year. And but for me, it really, in simplicity terms, in terms of simplicity, it's also called the Festival of Lights, and also represents, coming back out of the jungle. But in real simplicity terms, for me, it represents the victory of the heart over the ego. And that's the story of Diwali.
Thank you, Pankaj. Awesome.
Thank you.
We're getting some lovely commentary for people who know some of the stories better than the abbreviated ways that we're telling them. And that is absolutely perfect, because we're not appropriating anybody's stories, we're honoring them. And there's a lot of depth. There's a lot of depth in all of these. So grateful to everybody who's got the willingness to learn something new, and the people who have something that they know, and the willingness to experience that in a different context. So, such a blessing. Our dear friend, Reverend Retta Morgan, is here with us today. And basically just asked Retta to speak about what all of this means when it echoes back to us. And so what she's going to speak with us about is the cosmic connection to our heartbreak, special context that we have in 2020. Reverend Retta.
Yeah. Thank you, Reverend Bill. Peace and blessings to you all. I have cried almost every day since March. And some of those days it's been more crying than work and other things that needed to be done. So much so that I started to feel my heart was busting out of the shape and form that it was in. I'm still in process. I don't believe I'm alone, and I don't believe we're done. So I think there is an inherent invitation in these times, and we are invited into the depth of our pain without a break or time to recover. So this unrecovered heartbreak, this work, there is work happening to and on us in this sort of unrecovered state. And I believe it's so because we don't get to then intervene and cover over the scars that our hearts grow. Like what are the gifts of this time is that unrecovered, we can keep breaking open and open. We don't get to soothe and comfort ourselves. We don't have much time because of the onslaught of what's happening, right? So we're in a period, I believe, but this work is a way of pulling up the roots of the small ways we define love. And we are being replanted. We are moving from defining love, living love, like actually in the body, as warm and comforting and comfortable and cozy. We're shifting to a time where we are grounding in a new spiritual address, love defined as expansive, dynamic, cosmic, as an energetic, as in power. So in this time of the great turning, turning of seasons, turning of an age, it is also the time of great churning and replanting. So once we've defined, once we are living embodied in this new definition, we get to breathe into the heartbreak that we experience and expect to be met by this cosmic love. We get to move from our primal response to the pain we're having, like ways in which we constrict inward and actually do something that's like illogical, unreasonable, to open to our pain as if we are giving birth, because indeed we are. We get to open to that pain. We get to move from love, grounded in love, into love. And so that place that I started from, that broken heart that keeps on breaking, extends itself. It continues to open and grow itself up out of the body into the atmosphere. And from the atmosphere, the heart keeps on breaking open and grows itself up to the stratosphere. And that heart just is not done. It keeps on breaking and opening itself up to the ionic sphere and grows into relationship with heavenly bodies, this dynamic, expansive love growing itself all the way up to the cosmos, to the galaxies. And in doing so, it teaches us, it teaches our heart how to embody what we may have believed we could never know or do, how to ground ourselves in cosmic wisdom. Who knew that someday we would touch the sky? And so I want to end with a solstice declaration. May we celebrate this solstice, this year, as the moment our collective heart began to touch the sky. So we turn as the season turns, as the age turns toward possibilities we are only beginning to imagine. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. That was incredible. I always love the idea of breaking the heart open. I feel very connected to you right now. There is a thread, a golden thread, connecting you and me. Wherever you go, whatever you do, we can feel each other's energy. 'Cause there is a thread, a golden thread, a web of resonance. Whenever you sing, whenever you play, my soul will surely dance. And so it goes, and so it goes. We know that we know that we know. And so it goes, and so it goes. We grow that we grow that we grow. So feel my joy and heal my pain. We are here to ride the tide together, roll with the waves. Hear my prayer, hold my heart. We are sewn together by love. We can never be pulled apart. 'Cause there is a thread, a golden thread. Oh, there is a thread, a golden thread, connecting everything. Whatever you say, universe is listening. And so it goes, and so it goes. We know that we know that we know. And so it goes, and so it goes. We grow that we grow that we grow. So hear my prayer and heal my pain. We are here to ride the tide together, with the waves. Feel my joy and hold my heart. We are sewn together by love. We are grown together by love. We are here for love. We can never be pulled apart. 'Cause there is a thread, a try not to go too crazy on Zoom because everything always peaks. So I'm holding back. You know I want to be wailing for you, Philadelphia. Oh, yeah, there is a thread, a golden thread. There is a thread, a golden thread, connecting you and me.
So beautiful. So everybody, I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath and just hold it for a moment. Let it out with a sigh. Yeah. So on this long night, perhaps this long night of the soul, wherever we are, we've been hearing of the light and how it shines without and within. And we have an opportunity to choose how we would like that light to shine within us and into the world. So we're going to deepen into an intention setting meditation. We're going to allow ourselves to release everything from this past year, perhaps your entire life. Just let it go for a little while and allow Spirit to define for us how we want to be. That may show up as an intention and a clear idea. It may show up with a feeling. It may show up in any way, but just allow yourself to be open to it showing up. And then we're going to move that into embodying how you envision that coming forward in your life. So I invite you, as we go into this meditation, if you have a candle or a light, to set it nearby. We'll be using that after Amy's song. But in the meantime, we're going to take a couple of more deep breaths just to completely settle into the stillness within. So let's breathe in deeply. Hold it at the top for a moment, filled with that life, and let it go. And feel the relaxation flowing outward. One more deep breath. Holding it for a moment and release. Just allow your breathing to return to a gentle, even pace. Allow your awareness to focus on your breathing, the sensation of the air as it travels over your lips or nostrils, as it flows in, cool and refreshing, life-giving, as it flows out, warm with the very life itself that is within you. And I invite you, as you breathe, for this time, just allow the memories of this past year to flow out with each out-breath, to relieve you of any burdens or fears, any regrets, any unwanted obligations, all of those emotions and negativity that may have been through your life, whether it be small or large. Allow it to flow outward and to be released, to unclutter the mind and the heart, to allow the heart to break open with the fullness of the joy that is Spirit. Settle into that for a moment. A deep stillness within. When we free ourselves from our past thoughts, patterns, prejudices, preconceptions, and allow ourselves to be in this moment in the breath, newness has the opportunity to emerge. Into the stillness, I invite you to bring to mind yourself as the highest, most noble, most loving expression of the very core of your being. Let that radiate through you to fill you out to the extremities and beyond with the warmth and light of the love that resides within you. Let it burst past any shielding, any scarring. Let it move outward and fill you in this moment with peace. So knowing this is the very essence of who you are, begin to imagine of how that may be expressing into the world, radiating, connecting, enlightening. Imagine your light within streaming outward to connect with the light within those in your closest family and circle. And as it does, allow them to become brighter with that as they share their light with you as well. And you become more full. And now imagine that light extending beyond that small circle to a greater circle of everyone that you know. And their light is returned. And everyone is uplifted and enlightened. Now see it spreading out over the region wherever you are, encompassing every living being, all consciousness, all of life, spreading out even further, encompassing our entire planet in a network of brilliant, luminous, loving light. And in this field of love and light, I invite you to allow the specifics of how you choose to be this light in the world to come to mind. And as we move into the silence more deeply, connecting more fully with the inner light and all that light reflected to us, allow that to become real for you now. See yourself, feel yourself expressing this light, this love, this life, full of joy and wisdom. Step into the image, step into the feeling, embody it, and set your intention that this, how you choose to be in the world, is what you will choose to be in the world.
Strength and love. I am strength and love. I am strength and love. with God.
Thank you, Amy. So we now have an idea of what's next, of what we're bringing to this next portion of our lives, who we're going to be as we do that. We have that idea in our heads. We have that insight that's been brought to mind for us. And now there's the opportunity to let that idea travel the most difficult, distant 18 inches in the world, which is from our head into our heart. Because this is an idea that is ready to be born into the world, that's ready to be brought to life as and through and in each of us. So understand what it will take for you to activate that, for you to be that bright light of divine goodness that you know yourself to be. There's some things that you've been doing that you get to stop doing. There's some things that you haven't been doing that you get to do. There's some ways to look at things that you can do differently. So when you're ready to activate that in the world, it's time to light the candle that you have with you as a symbol that you are ready to bring some new light into the world. If you don't have a candle with you, you can feel free to use my candle or one of the other ones that's here. Amy's going to sing another song for us, and when you're ready, go ahead and light your candle and bring your light.
I'm going to light my candle. And sing you another song. My eyes are wide and open. My eyes can see. And my mind is full of knowing. My mind believes I am awake. I am awake again. I am awake. And once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth that cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. My heart is clear and growing. My heart can see. My soul is full of knowing. My soul believes I'm awake. Sing it with me. I am awake. Once more. I am awake. And once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth that cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. I love the lights changing behind you, Bill. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Once you know, come on. Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth, it cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Yeah, yeah. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Tell somebody if you're with them. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Tell everyone else on the Zoom call. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. I know it. You are. You are the light, you are the light, the light, you are the light.
Thank you so much, Amy. And thank you so much, you bright lights of divine love, each shining in your own special and specific and particular way. We now have a new light that's shining in the world, a new way that our gift is on display. Take a deep breath in. Just breathe that in. Let it go. I'm going to do an anchoring prayer for us to really activate all of these new intentions, all of the new ways that light is shining, that love is flowing and expressing and revealing itself. And whenever you're ready during this prayer or after it, even before it, what I want you to do is take your candle and blow it out. That's not to extinguish the light. That's to share the light. That's to send it off to do its mission in the world. You are the light. You are the light. You are the light. So join me in knowing that there is one divine power and presence, one infinite intelligence, one love, one source, one creator. That it is that from which everything flows. That infinite love is revealing itself through and as in every part of its creation. Everything, everywhere, every moment, every person, every experience is that one presence, taking its own unique and particular form. Each of us is the particles of stardust rearranged and formed into the likeness of us. Each of us distinct, each of us unique, each of us able to shine that bright light in our own special way. And yet each of us is that same divine essence. It is not possible that this good is available everywhere in the universe except the 3 feet around you. It's everything. It's everywhere. It's the truth of each one of us individually and all of us together. So I know by action of this prayer that this good, these new ways that the light is shining, are coming into being ever brighter, ever more powerful. That magnification is starting now. That bright light is being hoisted upon the hill for all to see. The light that's each of us combines with the light that's all of us and allows that love to reveal itself even more deeply and more brightly. And for this, I am tremendously grateful. For all of the new and wonderful ways that the light is shining, for each one here and for each one we come in contact with, I am deeply grateful. Thankful to bear witness to the birth of this new greatness on this winter solstice. And so it is with a deep feeling of gratitude for the good that's unfolding, for the love that is flowing, for the light that is shining, for the creative law that is even now responding to this word of intention and to these invitations for newness. With gratitude for this good and more, I speak this word and I release it into the same creative law that has said yes, since the infinite said, let there be light. It once again says yes. I let it be. And so it is. And so we are. So after we go through a process like this, it's kind of like planting seeds. So we go through this entire celebration. And if anybody has something that you'd like to share about what's germinating for you, this is an opportunity to do that. There is a raise your hand button in the participants panel. You can electronically raise your hand. It might be possible for you to wave and I'll be able to see you. Anybody have anything that came up for you that you'd like to share? James, go ahead and unmute and share.
Hi. Can you hear me good?
I can hear you good.
All right, cool. So, while I was meditating, and as Reverend Dave was going through the steps of connection and spreading the light, I felt a chill go through my body at every breath I took and at every step of expanding my light. And I don't know, I thought that was something very special.
Beautiful, James. Thank you. Did you make it back home?
Yes, yes.
Welcome home.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, good to have you. Anybody else? Something to share? Amy Steinberg, I see your hand.
I just want to piggyback on what he just said. Sorry, I hate that phrase, piggyback, but I also had several moments of chills during this experience, and I could almost feel like an activation kind of like happening, and to gather together, it brings tears to my eyes to think about this many people coming together with this intention, with this awareness of the wisdom of our history, the ancient, but also where we're going. And I could just feel the consciousness rising with this group. So I'm just so blessed and honored to be here with you. And I also had many moments of chills, James. So just wanted to share with that.
Thank you, Amy. And it's wonderful watching you on Zoom. When I was a kid, I used to play the trumpet, and Amy Steinberg on Zoom is like a trumpet with a mute, because I can tell you want to cut loose and you have to hold back. It's still beautiful. Anybody else, something to share? Is that Sarah waving? Okay, Sarah.
I can just share huge gratitude. Amy, I've never heard you perform before, and this will not be my last time. I very much know that for a fact. And everyone who came together to make this what it is, I just have to say thank you so much for sharing the light with us even before we had a chance to generate it again. You just knew, and I appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank you. And the celebration was so powerful it blew out Sarah's internet for a little while.
I got all worried we weren't going to be able to come back. I was using my hotspot from my phone.
Thank you. Anybody else, the participant panel, or wave your hand? Is that Leanne? Hey, Leanne.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to dovetail off of what Sarah said. I want to thank Amy and I want to thank the crew for an incredible winter solstice celebration. It's really been touching me deep in the dark crevices of the shadow sides that are coming forward in conjunction with the light. And I'm embracing it all. And I just feel so honored to be a part of this with my lovely daughter and her family today here in Santa Barbara. And to also get a chance to hear Amy live. I just feel like this is such a blessing. And it's a bigger blessing for all of us as a collective to be together and to build and increase the consciousness for the globe and beyond. I really like that cosmic principle, the cosmic love, and it really resonated with my heart and soul. So thank you, Reverend Bill, Reverend Dave, and the whole gang. And blessings to all. Happy holidays to all. Namaste.
Thank you, Leanne. Yeah, Santa Barbara, wow. You came this close to getting the farthest distance award, because we've got Linda, who's in Phoenix, and we've got Jean, who's in Helena, Montana, but the Alberts are in San Diego. I think they beat you by a couple of miles.
They did.
Welcome. Anybody else? Anything to share? I'm not seeing anybody. Brain Rourke, it's your turn.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, everyone who participated and everyone who joined, and all the energy and love and light. It's awesome. New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. As we mentioned earlier, we host a weekly celebration every Sunday with meditation, prayer, an inspirational talk, and live original music. And maybe we can book Amy one Sunday. That'd be awesome. We also have daily meditations and run classes in New Thought, Ancient Wisdom Information is on our website at newthoughtphilly.org, where you can sign up for our weekly e-newsletter. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gift you share this evening helps fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We are grateful for every way that you share. This month, New Thought Philadelphia is contributing 10% of all donations to Philabundance, which is a local food program to ease food insecurity in the Philadelphia area. Actually in the whole Delaware Valley. There's a donate button on our website at newthoughtphilly.org, and we can pop that up into the chat. There it goes. And you can make a donation by credit card or PayPal. You can also mail us a check to our office in Ardmore if you like doing checks. However way you want to give, we are totally open to it. And we'll say our offering affirmation is going to pop up, and we're going to
go ahead and unmute.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's everybody unmute.
Zoom cacophony.
And we're going to say this together. I live in an abundant universe. I am one with the infinite source of good. I am a center of conscious prosperity. I enjoy the richness of life. I bless my gifts. I share my gifts
and joy.
I know that I give
and do receive.
And so it is.
So it is. So it is. Beautiful.
Hey.
Champagne.
I'm gonna do one more song for you.
Do it.
Take us home.
And I say yes to abundance, prosperity. Thank you so much for supporting this center. I say yes to the goodness. I say yes to love. I say yes to abundance raining down from up above. I say yes, you say yes, yes,
yes,
yes. Say yes. I say yes to forgiveness. I say yes, to God. I say yes to the moment bringing me such positive thoughts. I say yes, I say yes, I say yes. No to the darkness, no to the fear, no to the voices that scream about despair. I say yes to the glory, to the light, yes to the voices that sing out with my. We're saying yes, say yes, yes, say yes. You got it. Say yes to surrender. I say yes to grace. I say yes to the beloved. Looking back at me when we're face to face, I say yes to acceptance and yes to faith. I say yes to the lessons I'm learning how to grow through all the pain. I say yes, you say yes, we say yes, we say yes, we say yes. No to the darkness, no to the fear, no to the voices that scream about despair. I say yes to the glory, to the light, yes to the voices that sing out with might. I say no to depression, no to the rant, no to the voices that tell me that I can't. I say yes to authentic, and yes to the truth, yes to the laughter, and yes to you. I say yes, I say yes, I say yes, I say yes. I just wanna live in a joyful world. All I wanna be is a happy girl. I just wanna live in a joyful world. All I wanna be is a happy girl. I say yes to love and to joy and to peace, and yes to happiness. Yes to love, to joy, to peace, and yes to happiness. I just wanna live in a joyful world. All I wanna be is a happy girl. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, thank you so much, Amy Steinberg. And in the big picture, we know that the creative power in the universe always says yes. When we set a positive, powerful personal intention, the answer is always yes. And we also know that when we get together and the question comes up, the answer is yes. What we need to do is figure out exactly how to phrase the question. The answer is always yes. Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you so much for everybody who has joined us today, for all of our presenters, for the stories of the lights of religions and spiritual practices from around the world. What a blessing you guys are. And the light is already starting to come back. Tomorrow is not the shortest day of the year. The light's coming back. At any minute now will be the 4th of July again. Woohoo! I know some of us can hardly wait. Some questions have come up. Amy has lots of music that's available. Amy, what's the easiest way to get your music? Is it on iTunes or Bandcamp or?
Yep, it's iTunes, Amazon, Spotify. If you Google me, I love to be Googled. I can't feel it when you Google me, but I just love knowing that you're going to Google me. You can find me anywhere. amysteinberg.net is my personal webpage. So thank you so much for asking. It just pleases me so deeply. You can find me anywhere.
Thank you so much for being with us this evening. Let's close with a Zoom cacophony. So go ahead and turn your microphone on as you're comfortable doing that. We usually like to form a circle and hold hands, or just hold hands if there's not enough room to form a circle. So reach out through the screen to whatever extent that's possible. And repeat after me. I am the love.
I am the
love. I am the light.
I am the light.
I let my love flow.
I let my love flow.
I let my light shine.
I let my light shine.
I let my good loose.
I let my good loose.
And the universe says yes.
Yes.
And
the universe says
yes.
Yes.
And
yes,
so
yes, yes.
No,
it is.
No, it is.
And so it is.
No, it is.
Solstice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rev.
Thank
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's so hard to say goodbye.
You are fun.
Where is she? Oh, right there.
Well,
Have a great night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank
Thank
holidays.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Mary.
Hi. Thank you so much, Amy.
I love you so much.
So beautiful.
Okay, I'll see you soon, everyone. Bye.
Bye now.
Sarah.
Thank you.
See ya. That was so nice.
That was nice.
That was awesome.
Well done, guys.
I think I have to call the fire department to turn all this stuff out.
Greg's got the advantage. You can just let his burn.
Oh, yeah.
James, fun hearing from you this evening.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice to be back.
Yeah. I was thinking earlier that you used to shoot video for us, and now you're getting like promotions for shooting other stuff for other people. Like that, huh?
I'm actually James called me Reverend Dave.
I know.
I'm like most people like don't know like I'm your son, you know. There's a whole bunch of people here. I'm not just gonna be like, well, yeah, I'm my dad. That could be anybody.
I appreciate it.
You've also spent 1.5 years getting used to saying sir, yes, sir. So, there's that too. Sarah, was it just your internet that went out?
It was weird.
Go ahead.
It was weird. Like both of me and Luke at the same time. Luke's like, "Is it frozen?" And I was over here typing something, and I looked up. I'm like, "Yes." And so I tried to turn things off and back on again. Nothing. So I used my phone as a hotspot for a second there, and then Luke all of a sudden is like, "It's back."
It's back.
Who knows? What
Thank
happens with
goodness.
the internet.
Did it snow over your house? Was there a storm right at 16th Street?
Not since the other storm. The
No,
other
I meant
day.
in the last hour or two.
Our
Get
internet,
your Wi-Fi blew through.
yeah, something happened, but then it all came back. So I'm joyful and grateful all the same.
Wonderful.
Yay.
And
Thank
the
you.
cat came at the last second. You can't see her because I don't know. She doesn't like appear in this for some reason. Oh, there she is.
She's a
Visible
witch.
kitties. There you go.
We've got Jack on the couch, who was awesome until the meditation. Then he wanted to get squirrely.
Yeah.
And now he's chilled out again.
Every time. It's a dog thing.
Dave, it is so nice to see you.
Oh, thank you. How you
Says
doing?
the lady hiding behind her camera. Hey, just kidding.
Every time you light the candles each week, I'm like, hi, Dave.
Hey, folks, we're going to keep the fire burning for you.
Oh,
We want to say, we're going to say good night. Our doggy's calling us. It's been lovely. Thank you for including us in the program. We heard geese. It's been beautiful out here, and we wish you all the very best. Much love.
Thank
and
you,
wonderful season's greetings and celebratory times.
Thank you so much, Greg and Carol and Rise.
You're welcome. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go turn my set back into a living room.
I'm gonna go have, like cookies and hot chocolate, because that's what we usually do after this anyway.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
nice.
I think we have Chinese.
Sometimes, last year there was such good food.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll have to do that again sometime.
Yes. How about next year this time?
Yes, in person.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Peace and blessings all. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Take
Good night,
care.
all.
Thank you. Everybody. It
Love
was
you guys.
beautiful. Good night.